and this is strawberry watermelon. So we're gonna enjoy that. I have a haul of books that I plan on showing you guys, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna start with the calamari. Dunk it in some cocktail sauce. Okay, cheers. Very good. Gave me some lemon too. Just pour it all over. As you guys know, I can't eat fish, but like shellfish and squid are exceptions. Got a little shrimpy. Okay, cheers. They removed the tails really good. I'm gonna try this. Might be a cracking noise. It's really dark. Okay. This is extremely sweet. This is very sweet. Good, but once again, very, very sweet. You know those extra sweet teas? Also, there's an airplane flying overhead, so I'm sorry if this ends up in the video. Tartar sauce is really, really good. Extremely good. Also have another jar. Container in case. You know, I need it. I should have asked for more tartar sauce though. This is really good. I'm not gonna gatekeep this restaurant. This is from a restaurant called Harbor Point. I think it's pretty far. My date is from the south side, and she told me about this place. is that being an author and being an avid reader, sometimes I switch between those two modes. For some reason, it feels like they can't coexist. So, when I like to read, I don't really write, and when I like to write, I don't really read. So, kind of sucks. I've been in more of a writing mode recently, so I'm still reading Dune. I got a request to do this. I am on page. Oh, there's no number right there, so I'm on page 277. And my goal is to get to part 3 by the end of this week. Don't know if you can see it. Oh, sorry. Part 3 is that band right here. That's where part 3 starts. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, still reading Dune. I had a lot of DNFs this after I finished the last book, Baronessy. I tried reading Hyperion. I dropped it after like 20 pages. No, I think it was like 70 or something like that. But for sure, the one I DNF'd was I mean, of course, also Blood Meridian, but there's another book I started but I didn't finish. I don't know. But I got some new books. Building a library right now, basically. I got Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert. I don't actually plan to read this right after I finish Dune. I plan to let it marinate for a bit. So, yeah. Looking forward to this when this comes. I actually do like the paperback editions now. They're pretty nice. No joke, the lemon got on my left arm. Don't know why. Well, actually, I do. I squeezed too hard. Okay. Very acidic. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I asked for extra lemon. I'm gonna try some more of this. I took my date's recommendation pretty seriously, but I didn't know it was gonna be this sweet. Ugh. It's not bad, it just tastes like liquid cavities, so I know now that if something is nice and sweet for her, It's gonna be too sweet for me. Okay, on with the book haul review. I got a book. This was actually I got this in the loop at the DePaul Barnes and Noble. I don't think I'm supposed to actually say that because they're technically closed, but they let me in, right? I got this book. This is Greenwood by Michael Christie. I was reading the back, and apparently this is like a storytelling through the eyes of I believe it's the oak tree, or a tree that, you know, resides on the family estate. I know this is a multi-generational estate of the Greenwood family. My to be read list is just growing infinitely long now. They gave me more lemons, if I can get it though. Ooh, oh my god, they give me all. Alright. Call me a weirdo, I'm using all these right now. This is the third wedge. This is 3. Okay. Ooh, sorry. This is 4. I love lemon, guys. And then this is 5. I know these are gonna lose some of their crunch, but I don't care. I love lemon. Okay. The right amount of lemon. They were very generous with their lemons, thank you. Alright, I have more books. I'm gonna do a quick wipe down. The next book is from an author where I actually read them in high school for a reading assignment. And I feel like the book, you know, I don't know about you guys, but when there's a book that I have to read for school, I'm not very interested in it. But looking back, it was such a good concept. It probably unconsciously stirred my, you know, my desire to write a book. This is Mitch Albom's this short book is probably going to be one of the most influential books I read after, you know, I get to it. So, there is that. Actually doing pretty good, but I got a cough. Came back just now. Not gonna lie, I underestimated how much food I received. So, next book I got is from an author that actually started my reading journey. It's Almost Decide, The Setting Sun. This is the last book I believe that he published, besides self-portraits, but I think that was an amalgamation of other ideas that he wasn't able to get to before his death. But this one has a heroine who we follow who essentially abandons her class and has to learn the harsh reality of it, because it says that it is a tragic novel. So yeah, this is how the pages look. Very big margins, very easy to read. Osamu Dazai's work has always been kind of a love and hate relationship for me. Because it always feels like sometimes he's speaking the issues that I don't want to believe that I have, and vice versa. One second. I had to clear my throat again, but I'm fine now. The next book I have is actually pretty interesting because this author is very decorated, although she only wrote 2 books, which I find to be kind of crazy. I actually read one of her books already. So, this book is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Merrill by Susanna Clark. I do admit, this is a very chunky book, of course. You know, very thick book. So, her having 2 books kind of makes sense, but at the same time, you know, I've seen other authors where they, you know, they continue to write and write large books, and you know, everybody works at their own pace. I do know she actually wrote a lot of short stories. So there's that. drink some more of this. Probably eat the shrimp and then call it. I also do have one last book. I'm not gonna lie, with this last book, I'm terrified to read this. I've heard it is one of the most insane books to ever read. Like, this book was notoriously so hard to read that even experienced readers and authors couldn't read it all. They had to drop the book and come back to it over the course of years. And this book is called, if I can pick it up, Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. This book apparently is one of the hardest books in existence to read coherently. I heard that there are footnotes upon footnotes. There are, it's just one of those books where it almost tests to see if you're actually a good reader or not. I've heard people had to take notes to read this book because of how many characters there are throughout the book that all have some form of seamlessly important task that they have to do. This book apparently is, considered by many one of the hardest books besides traditional classical tales that were told. And I got it because, I'm kind of crazy and I want to read something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna call this video here. I didn't expect them to actually give me this much calamari. I'm probably gonna share it with my sibling. So I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.